Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, can I have a latte, please? Have that as well.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It is indeed. I'm trying what the hands and their faces are there. Over the window.
Children's prints, aren't
And pretty ugly children if that's their faces, I'm afraid.
That's right, yeah. The clock on the church was interesting as well, the mosaic of the eye.
Oh,
It's sort of like thinking, which bit is that relating to?
see if there's a guide or something. It's one of those things I like looking up on the internet afterwards, seeing what all the things are.
Yeah. But it says in the, as you said, there's the faces and the hands, and there's other little bits further around here and there as well when you start looking. You know, like this one's a bit lower down, this round piece underneath the window on the right hand side.
It's got a square bit with like BLK, I think it's
Yeah.
It's
Almost like the builder's initials, isn't it?
Yeah. Might do the gardens first and go see what I can find inside as well. Enjoy, bye. birds of prey, which you can see. Oh, bees. Trees. Get some conkers. It's definitely conker season. Hello. Am I okay to film with the?
Yes, downstairs perfectly fine. The family have just asked for none upstairs, only because the paintings are a little bit too close generation-wise.
That's fine.
But downstairs, take as many as you want.
No problem. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Do ask if there's any questions. That wasn't a very good sentence, but you know what I meant.
We know what you meant.
Yeah.
Old floor or?
The original floor is actually the stone that you see there.
Okay.
So the older section of the house is 1530s, so it stretches back to our kitchen garden. And then this section and the 3 floors above it is what I call a modern extension. This is 1580s.
Oh, well, practically yesterday.
Yeah. And it would have had the stone flooring that you see there. But then there's a period of about 80 years when it goes out of the family, sort of in the 19th century, the end of the 18th, 19th century. And the then owner puts tenants in. And one of the tenants they had were 2 brothers who were tile makers, the Maw brothers. Their factory was, it started up here in Benthall, at this level, and then moved down to Jackfield, this side of the river. And they were exceptionally good tile makers. We know they exported to all of the British Empire. We know that they're in the White House and in the Capitol building, so they got to America as well. We know they were on the Titanic. You know, they were that level. But while they were here, they turned it into a show home. And they were also practicing for the Great Exhibition, so they threw the kitchen sink at it, basically. If it stood still long enough, they tiled it.
God, tiled.
So even in this tiny little section, you can see there's so many different shapes and types of tile and different glazes. They were practicing everything. And that is actually just a tiny bit there. And this is what's underneath the oak floor.
That would be the entire floor. Yeah.
Except for the fact that he obviously didn't like the fact we had steps, the artist. But this is what we've got under here.
Why would they just decide to oak over it just for?
Well, this was 1850s. They then became wealthy enough that they could actually build their own houses. So another tenant came in. In 1918, the tenant that came in hated the tiles with a vengeance. They were too gaudy, they were too Victorian. He knew this was a Tudor house because he was actually a member of the family, and they were cold. And he paid for the oak flooring to go down. So this oak flooring went down in 1918. But if I open this door, this is the family's kitchen, but they're not in it. But can you feel the temperature drop?
Oh yeah, you can.
Now that's only that amount of tiling. You quadruple it at least in here?
I can imagine, yes.
It would be freezing. So yes, so it was the Reverend Charles who put the oak flooring down, and there is a portrait of him upstairs, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Just look for the man who didn't like being cold. You'll spot him immediately.
Imagine the big coat.
But he only stayed about 4 years, and then he went and moved down to Devon. He couldn't. Shropshire was just too cold.
You need to
Didn't
go
like it. But that's why we've got this sort of onion flooring in here. But when the National Trust took it over, it was the oak flooring. But because the Maw brothers were tenants, so that we didn't have any records of them other than they were here, the Reverend Charles, who was a member of the family, couldn't stand them, so he wasn't telling anybody. We didn't know the tiles were there. And in the 1960s, an electrician needed to do some work and said, well, I'll go under the floorboards. Started lifting them, and that's when the National Trust found out we got tiles under there.
Amazing. It's great that you can get treasures like that still in this day, you know.
If you want to find something in a house like this, you bring the electricians in. Because they either go under, or they go behind the panelling, or they make you move furniture
But they've got to go
that's
to
moved
the
in centuries. The family actually have in their possession, again because of an electrician, a Elizabethan playing card that was found behind one of the panelling.
It's just there.
They're like hens to, they're so rare.
They get the so it's basically a
They've
very.
only got the one, but it's in a vault somewhere.
It's amazing that to the people of the day that would just be like a
Oh,
inconsequential, you know. And to us it's like
we've lost it, and
have to buy
can't
another
find
one.
it. And somehow it could even have been one of the kids, like they do. They post things, don't they? And somehow it got behind one of the panels. But an electrician again.
Beautiful.
If you want to find something in a place like this, you bring an electrician.
That's great.
Now, I would recommend starting in the dining room because it's a cul-de-sac, and it makes more sense to do it at the start of your journey around than try and catch it up at the end.
I get you.
But do be careful. It's remembering that steps there when you come back. We've had some very dramatic re-entries into the hall.
Thank you very much.
Tell us all about us.
I've already taken photographs to send to Manny's because I think that she's got 2 little girls.
And
they're always looking for someone.
and we are child friendly.
Yes.
We've got the little things for them to find.
And
Games in the
down
summer.
the
Games in the summer out in the garden. And
So I'm already sending her those two.
good.
Next
Thanks a
place
lot.
to go to.
That's it. Cheers. Bye. Hello there.
Hey, how's it
You
going?
all right?
Not too bad, thank you. Not
Good.
too bad.
Yeah, you're having a good day. So far.
It's going well. It's going well. I've managed to do some Japanese drumming, and now I'm
Oh, cool.
visiting a home.
Do you do the drumming in the grounds?
No. This is.
We came for a staff do one night, and there was some drumming going on, and I wondered if it was you.
No. I do mine in. Mine's over in Newport.
Okay.
So, but I thought I'm from Stafford, so if I was in this way, I might as well
Yeah, may as well come and see us.
use it.
Yeah, cool. No, it was quite amusing because I think it was a staff barbecue, and all of a sudden there was this boom, 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 boom. You know, where the heck's that going on? Apparently, it was a local group practicing, and I think they'd asked if the garden, if they could use it for practice, because it's in the middle of nowhere, I guess.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Well, that's it. Yeah, with the big drums, they do tend to
Echo.
yes, make some noise in the middle
I
of.
thought they'd put some entertainment on for us. But,
I practice in a school that's in the middle of a housing estate, so it's very much close all the doors,
Yeah,
close all the windows, because
it's loud.
we'll be
guess.
annoying the poor people.
Yeah. Well, basic history. Benthall's had 1,000 years of history here. I think originally it was a Saxon longhouse on site, and I think the name Benthall
really?
comes from bent grass in an open glade, so which all makes sense. They were peasant farmers, scratching a living, and then about the 1500s, I think, well, it was 1250, they found coal, and then by about the 1500s they were doing very nicely. The coal was literally lying on fields that you passed as you came up. So by 1583, Lawrence and Catherine Benthall were starting to build a very nice abode. The panelling was put in about 1610. Lawrence was getting the mover and shaker, the guy that was main architect of the Ironbridge down the road. He was getting to do his fireplaces, so he was using all the movers and shakers of the time. The pottery you see, or china you see, the 2 shelves, it's Carfley, which is just down the road, or would have been just down the road. It was taken over by Coalport and was a bit more modern. And the family were ticking along lovely until the Civil War come knocking at the door. Then it went out of the family, it was sold out of the family and went to another estate, and he just wanted the land, not the house. So as you go through, you'll hear about all the weird and wonderful tenants that are in the house.
Everybody heard the Moore brothers were there
That's
first,
right,
yeah.
Well, this particular room had pre-Raphaelite artist Robert Bateman, and he used this room as his artist studio, so he painted it all white. And when Mary Clementina Benthall brought the house back into the family, she took 21 layers of white paint off this room with a scraper and a blowtorch.
Amazing. So is it the Benthall family that built and owned, or?
Yes, yeah. Benthall's have had 1,000 years connection, bar after the Civil War. It got a bit dicey, they didn't breed heirs. It then passed to cousins who didn't have the nous of some. So it was sold out, and then the Foresters, another estate across the way, bought it. Like I said, they didn't really want the house, they just wanted the land. And then Mary Clementina Benthall, who was a relative but lived away, heard the house was up for sale, and it was her that saved the house and brought it back to the Benthalls. And even now, it's still got very close connections with the family. They come and visit that side, and most of this is the furniture's been brought in by other family members from all over the world.
It's impressive. I mean, I'm doing a lot of walking and doing a bit of filming as well, so I apologise there for YouTube. I've done a lot of ruins and things. Well,
yes.
A lot of nationals, a lot of ruins, and it's amazing how much the Civil War. You've got a nice sort of building of history. Then the Civil War happens, and half the buildings just die.
Yes.
I think, especially because Staffordshire and Shropshire were very royalist, weren't they?
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, this particular building, usually once the army had gone out, they flattened it,
They think this probably was a very strategic area because of the river, and it was on a hill so they could see. So it is unusual, panelling and everything survived that.
Yeah, that long back.
That long back, yeah. But yeah, it's
amazing.
lots of interesting things to find out as you go around.
Thank you very much, much appreciated.
Bye.
Well, it was covered. The original floor is actually stone. So, the original. So the original is the stone, and then there's a period of time when they had sort of out of the family and parents were in. And this is a time period where they just can't see the key. So so underneath here,
So there's that up there, and then in the end bedroom, there are two wardrobes. On the left, two wardrobes. The left hand side, the right hand side is the staircase that leads down to rooms the family use, and the left hand one is now covered wardrobe, so it's where the priest would have. The priest will always be a dark room because the smell of the toilet would have gone. That's been a bit revolting, wouldn't it?
Does it come out alive though?
Yeah, well, exactly.
I'll leave it there. Brilliant. Thank you.
Hello. I'm assuming the little lions are like a little kid, thing for the kids, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, they're hidden about. Well, the Benthall line is the crest of Lawrence Benthall's crest. Somebody had already got the lion, so he went with the lion with two tails.
Is that what I saw? So on the obviously lions around on the banister. There's a cat. Is that a lion or
It was a
a
wedding
stylized?
present. It was the staircase was a wedding present for Lawrence Benthall and his wife Catherine Castle. Was from her uncle. There was a Gifford or a Gifford, I don't know how to pronounce it. So this was a wedding present. So there's the Benthall, there's the Castle Wyverns, which are these.
I was going to say, yeah, I saw the wyverns or the wild cockatoos
And
stuff.
at the top of it, on a shield, is a leopard. And when the carpenter was told he wanted a leopard, he said, I don't know what a leopard looks like. And he said, well, it's a bit like a lion with spots. So it looks like a dog with boils, but there you go. That's what that is, a leopard.
This is what I was thinking. Yeah, because obviously the lions are everywhere, so I was guessing that. So I thought maybe a lion, but it looks very a little off for being a lion.
Yeah, no, it's meant to be a leopard.
And who's this jaunty fellow?
I can't remember. I think there's information about him at the top of the stairs, but I think he came off a gravestone somewhere on somebody's travels.
I like his reclining. He's got a skull as well. Is that a skull in his hand?
I don't know, but that's one of the reminders, isn't it? You see them in paintings, don't you? The skull is a reminder that you're not going to live forever.
I thought, it was like Memoro Morti or something. Memento Mori, that's it. Yes, you see a lot of the wyverns around as well.
Yes, yeah. And then it's Italian plaster, big on the ceiling and the frieze around the side. We think this was him, the head up there. We think that was the plaster.
Oh, in his mouth,
Yeah.
holding his ropes.
And then a visitor said maybe he was Venetian. We knew he was Italian, definitely. Maybe he was Venetian, perhaps the Venetian lion. But we don't know. Just know he's definitely Italian.
Just on the outside, above one of the windows, there's a row of faces and hands. Do you know anything about those? Yes.
Yes. They're to represent all the different jobs or posts or positions in the to do with the land around here.
Ah.
So there's one that will be I don't know, a wheelwright, or there's one that'll be a carpenter. So that's what that represents.
Oh, okay, yeah. As I saw it, it's like that's the one bit of it's quite
Yeah,
smooth
right
outside, but then that there, yeah.
And did you see the quincunx? I don't know if you can see from me.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what quincunx is.
No, not many people do. You can't see it from here, but you'll see when you go upstairs. But a quincunx is like the number 5 on a dice.
Okay.
And it's quin as in 5 and crux as in crucifix. And it's represent the 5 wounds of Christ.
Ah.
And it's so Catholics knew they could be given shelter. So if you have a look at that portrait here,
Oh yes.
there's 5 red dots. Well, there's 4 red dots.
This one here, yes.
So as you get your wealth, your status goes
Oh
up.
yeah.
Your status goes up, you can make some good marriages, which pushes your status.
Who was this?
And then
Some bloke.
Admiral Blewett.
Admiral
Admiral
Blewett.
Blewett, yeah. So when you go upstairs, if you have a look out the window and look back towards the porch, you can't see all of them. You see the top 2 circles. The bottom ones are hidden in the wisteria, and in the middle is a shield. And it's the pattern of 5 to show that Catholics will be given
Amazing.
succour, as it were.
Brilliant, thank you very much. I'll turn off my camera going upstairs.
Yes, because most of the things up there belong to the family. That's the reason for it.
the Maw brothers chose this as a show home. And they would bring respected clients and investors here. And they were also practicing their trade exhibition. So this kind of section that we've got open, if you look closely, you'll see this. They have tried every shape and pattern and glaze of whatever they